How are you today, my friend? Wonderful. My thesis is playing out. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Hey, good morning. My name is Wayne McDonell. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com, an ECN that allows you to trade Forex, but also energies, metals, indices, and binary options, all from the luxury of your MetaTrader account. How cool is that? Do you guys want to do some binaries? We haven't done binaries in a while. Let me just open that up. Binary, where are you? Go upload that. Today is the 30th of July in the year of our Lord 2015. Cool. Bringing you to Forex.today, our host of our session today. And there is, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So far, there's 10 trading ideas for the day. For today, at Forex.today. Our session is available here up at Webinars. Coolio. Let's sign into this binary options platform while we get that going. Here we are. So look at that. We got lots of things to play around with today. Well, without further ado, let's get going. So let me remind you that trading and investing is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Past performance, good or bad, is not indicative of future results. Stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. So what have you been trading in the last 24 hours? Did you do the Aussie dollar? That was a pretty easy trade. Anyone take that one? Let me move all this stuff out of the way. By the way, these are all the stock indices around the world. If you recall, was it Tuesday of last week? We made a 618 Fibonacci retracement of this entire DAX move, which is the German stock market. But the DAX is propelled by quantitative easing. So there's this massively awesome opportunity to buy something that's going to be artificially inflated anyways, which is good. I mean, prices are going to go up because that's what quantitative easing does. And now it's been, what, a week or so? And yeah, well, there's been more green days than red days, right? You have the time to listen to me whine about everything and nothing at all. Hey man, I had to do a green day. More green days than red days. I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. So, cool. I think that's really an interesting opportunity, especially on the long term, huh? Maybe? Right? I mean, that's really what you're buying. 50% and then the 618 of the 50%. So I don't know. I think it might be interesting for like a 5-year play. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Thanks, Kareem. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. So that I think that's interesting. Now let's go over to the Aussie because I know you're jonesing for some currencies. Oh, Ron says, many thanks for the FOMC session yesterday. Was just excellent. I had a conversation with my wife a couple of days ago about, you know, being ordinarily extraordinary. Yeah, this is what we talk about, my family. Like that being extraordinary is rather ordinary. Or at least it should be. It should be, you know, attempted, right? So cool. I appreciate that. Just another day for Dre. So, all right. So Aussie, man, we've been picking on Aussie for a while, haven't we? Are you a bull or a bear on Aussie versus the USD? Good job, Marina. All right. So we have that established, right? I mean, that's one of the most important aspects of trading, that you know what you want to do before you even plan on doing it, right? Okay. 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 Let me get rid of this. So if you measure, I guess it works out about the same, anyways. If you measure yesterday's low, where does this go? Oh yeah, yesterday's high. So by the way, I did this yesterday while we were still in yesterday's session. But there's yesterday's low, there's yesterday's high. It's funny because now I have the indicator drawing it, but at the time that hadn't happened yet, the indicator hadn't done it yet. And so anyways, it works out nice now. Long story short, you fib it, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? Let me get rid of this. Isn't the general plan, if you're a bear, right? This low is lower than that low at the end of the trading day. It closed low at the end of the trading day. So you measure, and you know you're planning that somewhere somewhere in the retracement then continue in the direction of yesterday's move, right? That's the general idea, right? In a trending market. So what you look for is somewhere between the 382 and 618 Fibonacci retrace. And what's the best time to look for the continuation part of the pattern, where it heads back down? What would be the most ideal time? London. Okay, so let's mark that. I actually have that on the chart already, right? So I'm just going to mark that as the sell zone. This on the chart is already marked. This is the exact London Open. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And then on more of a micro level, let's say you miss that and it makes, or you were just not ready, or you were not trading yet, whatever, blah, 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 blah. It makes a low lower than this low. What do you do? you fib the move, and you look for a retracement somewhere between the 382 and 618 Fibonacci retracements, using this as the ideal area. So it gives you a second chance. Cool. And this is all on a 5-minute chart, of course. So now, once it has done that, you need to move over to the 15-minute, repeat the exact same pattern, which means this move now is going to get fibbed, right? And it pulls back to the central pivot, in which now you have this move, which is the same move that you already traded on the 5-minute chart, but now it's for the 15-minute boys. So there was 1, 2, 3 good trades here in the direction of your prevailing trend, which you already established long ago. Cool, huh? So that one worked out really nice. Okay. You know what the biggest lesson here is? That this, and it won't let me move it, but let me just do it this way. This is the FOMC candle. Did you need to change that? I mean, did you need to be there? Did you need to trade the FOMC? Did you need to throw yourself into that undue volatility and additional risk? Face things like high slippage, high spreads, so on and so forth. Do you actually need that? Is it like required to be successful? Look how easy it was if all you did was fib it. I mean, that's it. You know, we talked yesterday about how our conversations in the past have talked about trading one type of pattern, and that would be like a double bottom, and then wait for a 1, 2, 3, and just trade that one pattern. But we've also talked about a strategy where you trade based on that one unbelievably simple strategy, right? If yesterday was a trending day, today is probably going to be a trending day, and you want to sell somewhere between the 382 and 618 Fibonacci retracement of yesterday's trading range. So, like, there's one basic strategy, one basic pattern. You could have a career, right? Now, some days you won't trade, but many days you will trade. Yeah. Well, Mike says it seems easy enough. Well, so the difference is day after day after day after day doing it. Is there a written version? Written. Well, I got rid of a lot of my written stuff. I know I've covered it, what, 4 or 5 times in the videos? Yeah, Cream says, isn't that very similar to an Elliott wave or an ABC pattern? It's all the same, man. You think Elliott wave invented that? Here's what it is. If yesterday was a rainy day, today might be, at least partly cloudy, but possibly rainy again. I mean, it's just, there's nothing to it, right? It's just, I mean, really, it gets down to that. It's just yesterday was a bearish day. Today is probably a bearish day. That's what a trend is, isn't it? Well, Mike says, would you have fibbed it the day before? I actually had done that. So today it's very easy because I have an indicator that shows it, right? That's part of my alpha. I set my charts up in a way that I like and I feel comfortable with it. But yesterday, before the charts had done it through my indicator, I had already eyeballed it. I had already drawn this yesterday. Yeah, that's right. YJ. I don't think those videos are on the website anymore. I pulled all the stuff off FX Bootcamp. Right? Now we just do prop trading. That's it. So Bob's interesting. Bob says it's dovish. Depends on who you're talking to. At the end of the day, nothing really changed, so people are going to continue doing what they were doing. Now, I read it as December, but everyone that wants December, or everyone that has already gone on TV and said September, or whoever's trying to sell newspapers, they're all going to say September. Just, it's funny that way, right, Bob? Just like, people are just going to do what they want to do. They can justify it all day. So, I mean, nothing happened, I guess is the real thing. Right, so like, what were the two biggest parts of the statement yesterday? An improvement in housing, an improvement in jobs. Is anybody shocked about that? Like, did you not know, did we not know that? Yeah, so like, it shouldn't be a shocker. Daniel, actually, I haven't logged in a day or two on that. Is it down? Get out of here, man. Seriously? All right, well, let me look into that. No, is it? No, no, it's there. So, anyways, yeah, FX Bootcamp's working. So, anyways, that's that. What else do we want to do? I guess we're done for the day. So there's a lot of consumption of time. Kiwi. Oh, wait. Emmanuel says, Wayne, the high of your fib was not from yesterday. Oh, well, okay, let's go back to that. First of all, Fibonacci studies are completely subjective. So there's no right way of doing it. So let's see how I did it and see what your question was. What's your question? Yeah, no, it's yesterday, right? Yesterday's high, yesterday's low. Yeah, that's yesterday. And of course, it also begs the question, it also begs the question, well, what was yesterday? Your yesterday, my yesterday might be different, right? So this is Auckland, New Zealand. That's the New Zealand Open. And the top was retested at the Tokyo Open, right? So the Auckland, Tokyo top, and then we bottomed out after the news in New York. In fact, at the close, right? And then today's top was London Open, sort of Shanghai Open, and then London Open, so on and so forth. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. So let's go back to Kiwi Dog. Okay, does anyone remember guessing what Kiwi might do? Now, why is it that these orange lines are not overlapping candles? Oh, because we drew that into the future. None of it had happened yet. So, how accurate did real life overlap our best guess? That's pretty bad, right? I thought we would have more of a breakout. Eventually we did. Nailed the top though, huh? See, it's easy though if you just use support and resistance. Like if I just went like this, you'd say, oh, Wayne, that's magical. Well, you have a crystal ball, Wayne. No, I just looked at whether there was support and resistance in the past. It's not magic, then, right? So anyways, down where? Previous support. Up. And went a little higher, right? And then retest. Well, now it's going a little lower. But, whatever. So that's Kiwi. And I'm just wondering if we're going to be buying it for a while. That's my big question mark. I don't know. I haven't really made that decision. But a macro bear, right? Let's go macro bear now. Because it's a bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. All right. We would be thinking about this, right? That ain't gonna work. Oh, that got messed up. So anyways, we would be thinking about that at some point, right? Even if we were a bull, it would probably turn up there, at least on the short term, right? So maybe I can pick up a double bottom. Oh, the news? Well, typically I have a window like this that has that information. It's the necessities. How do I do that? I have a plugin. So which one do I have? This one clearly isn't configured, but this one is called Forex News Market Clock. Bob says there's even a newer version of it. Sweet. Cool. It's the bare necessities. So then what I do is I create a template for it. And I usually run it like that. Okay, it's just cleaner. Isn't that pretty? Sebastian started a sessions plugin. You got to figure out your time zone in relation to the broker's time zone, and you just got to mess with the dude until you get it right. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's a pain in the Botox, but you just got to do it. Okay. Is this a bullish pattern or a bearish pattern? Depends if you're a bull or a bear, I imagine, right? Yeah, depends. So if you look at this and you don't know, don't trade it. That's another way of looking at it, right? It's a bare necessities. So someone is going to look for this. And somebody's trading against it. All right, so someone's going to look for that. But somebody's already trading the opposite of it. So they're going to trade it like this. Maybe, yeah. So I'll make it as a 382 just to kind of include that. And whatever you uh, don't be in the middle. Okay. So remember, you should be able to tell me what you want to do on this pair before you even look at the chart. If you're looking at the chart to figure out what you want to do, you're about to lose money. Oh yeah, our team here. Yeah, we have a really good team here at TradersWay. These sessions, the participants are very serious and very helpful. You know, I really consider it a team. Very cool. So I'm glad you found your home. Tulani, welcome to the team. Yeah, why don't we do some commodities, right? Ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Boom, 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 boom. Just love working. Like we can make money there, we can make money there, and oh! Don't forget about the devil. We can make some money there. Just love it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, well, going, if as far as yesterday's oil move, let me go back to the other chart and go over what we discussed would happen in December, 6 or 7 months ago. Compare it to what's happened. Where is it? This one. Okay. And it seems to me it's 786. I said the maximum it would fall would be 44. Bum, 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 bum. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Touch, baby. Yeah, I think that's what's going on here. What was that promise that you made? All right. Sure. That seems good to me. Well, thank you, Mike. Just keep up. Keep it up and keep up. You'll get it, dude. Cause I'm gonna trade you till the heavens start the rain. See, just love setting these things up. Just love it. Make sure you enjoy the work you do, guys. Tell your mom. I mean, look at this. Even going back to these old gray zones, right? I don't even remember why we had that. Probably because of this. But I would say, for example, I had dinner with my friend in the oil business last night. I told him I think we bottomed out. I don't expect, in fact, 44. I don't expect it to go lower than 44. But there's no reason why it should really go up either. So that for the next 6 months, I think we're going to be between the $45 and $65 range. And over the next 12 to 18 months, perhaps it'll be more like 50 to 75 as the range. And he said, well, what do you say to that? And I went through the whole global macroeconomic outlook and then why it will go up. I said, yeah, it might be 14 months, but it won't be 12 months. But it certainly will be within 18 months. Yeah, Owen says maybe double bottom. I'm good with that. That doesn't change anything for me. Whether it's 46 or 44, I don't give two hoots. Right, it's all the same. Only the names will change every day. I just keep trading away. Right? It's all the same, man. Now, nothing changed global macro-wise, but what changed fundamentally yesterday in regards to oil? I'm not talking FOMC. Nothing changed there. They're still debating September versus December. Nothing's changed there. Saudi Arabia. Hoo-ha! They've given the wink, wink, nudge, nudge that this $45 is enough. They're going to cut. They're going to cut production. My buddy needs us to go above 50 bucks. He says if it goes above 50 to like 55 bucks, he's going to make a ton of money. If it stays at 45, he's doomed. Oh, it hurts so much. Ooh. Yeah, that's the strife of owning a small business, right? He's rich at 55. He's poor at 45. And it's just really, honestly, that simple. This is at 45. The oil business shuts down, like literally stops. At 55, boom, they're back in business. Well, Mexican peso moves about 1,000 pips a day. So it depends. I haven't traded that one in a while. I don't think TradersWay even has it. I don't believe so. It's a nice trade from time to time. Yeah, I don't think that's even there. Obviously, low liquidity and all that kind of stuff. It's not necessary. I'm gonna love you. Yeah. Yeah. Was that rate 8? So they have it if you do the C trader? I like trading Mexican peso when it comes to remittance. Does anyone trade USD Mexican peso on a regular basis? Okay, cool. But if you do, look at the remittance trade. It's a beauty. Remittance. There's at the beginning of the month, like maybe around the 4th of the month, it's reported how much money has moved from the United States to Mexico by way of like Western Union. And it's a cliche, but it's, immigrant workers getting their paychecks and sending money home. But it's to the tune of several $billion, and it happens almost all at once. So you can see a dramatic change in the value of the USD Mexican peso around that number. And as the U.S. economy improves, there's more and more work, and therefore more and more money gets sent back to Mexico. So for me, it's actually a macro indicator showing the strength of the U.S. economy. But when a Mexican worker living in the United States gets paid for his job and converts it then to peso to send it back to wife or mom and dad or whoever, that's the ultimate currency trade, isn't it? They're converting their US dollars into Mexican peso, and it seems to happen a lot right around paycheck time. And if you actually go back and plot the sucker around that time, you will just be shocked. Your jaw will drop wide open, and you'll say, holy crap, Wayne is totally right. I can't believe I didn't see this, but the USD Mexican peso, stops on a dime on that simple truth, the human factor of life. Go back and look at it, back and look at it, go back and look at it, go back. Does anyone know how much money per month gets sent from the United States to Mexico by way of Western Union? I don't know if it's all Western Union, but that's how right? So a lot of let's say most illegal workers, let's say, certainly don't have bank accounts. And even then, a lot of legal workers still don't trust the banks. It was It was, I think at one point it was $5 billion, and then at the height of the crisis, it was down to like $1.8 billion. But it's per month. You know, I did that. I didn't see it, so let me go back. Maybe I missed it, but okay, show all. Right, so I've done that. One thing that bugs me about MT4 is that you should be able to sort this, right, by, let's say, alphabetical order. I hate going through this and looking at Euro Seek, Pound Kiwi, Pound Minoki. There's Euro Lira. Yeah, manually. Look, I don't want to do that. Right, so yeah, no matter how I split this up, yeah. Just manually checking. I don't know. I know this is stupid. Yeah, so anyways, just go back and look at it. If you like peso, I know how to trade peso. It's a great trade. Yeah, it's probably just a liquidity thing. Generally speaking, nobody trades it. But if nobody trades it, but you can count for, I'm guessing we're probably back to about $3 billion a month. Well, in that time frame around payday. When's payday? The last day of the month, the first day of the month, somewhere around there, right? Somewhere around there, in an illiquid asset, you can count on $3 billion being converted. Right? Now, are they converting peso into dollar or dollar into peso? You guys are so funny. You guess. All right, let's think about it. There's a Mexican worker in the United States, and he gets paid. He's holding money in his hand. And he's going to send some money home to mom and dad in the village, right? I mean, they're not sending money, they're not sending pesos from Mexico to the United States, right? So, no, I mean, it's clear one-way direction. No guessing's required, right? But they're not just buying peso, they're selling dollars. Yes, thank you, Abdul. Selling dollars and buying pesos. So you know when, you know why, you know how much. Holy crap. So you already know what's going to happen today. The Mexican dollar is going to appreciate. And tomorrow too. Huh. Well, how'd you know about that? Look, Cream's got it all together. Cream, you're still guessing. So sell dollar. Well, you know what? It didn't occur to me. So, anyways, yes, of course. But the thing is, Kareem, 2 days ago, probably nobody on the planet was buying peso. Genius, 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 yes. Yeah, 2 days ago, nobody on the planet was probably interested in Mexican peso. It's called remittance. Remittance is how much money has been returned, right? Gone over. So you can do, I don't know. I don't know. Let me Google this for you. What did I say? It's probably 3 billion, right? Mexican wow, I'm not so good. Remittance. My spelling not so good. Google should be able to pick that up. Whoa! Wow, that must be an old number because it used to be that. What year is this? So, yeah, this is old. That's about as low as it got. So what year is this? Yeah, see, look, September 2012. I said it was about 1.87 billion. Well, yeah, look, there it is. Now it's proof. So what is it now, dummy Bloomberg? Bloomberg should be smarter than that, right? So now what do? I have to now I have to research for this. Come on. I don't like the new Bloomberg website. Look at this. It wanted me to search over top of their menu. Come on, Bloomberg. March 10th. So anyways, you're going to have to spend some time, dude. But the numbers come out. See, that makes sense to me, right? That's fine. A little low. But, it is a monthly thing, so it's coming up soon, too. But anyway, so I hope you appreciate, strategies that I try to employ in Forex, right? Yeah. See, this is why you ask questions, right? I've been doing this a long time. I've learned a thing or two, so I'm happy to share. We're going to break through, break on through to the other side. Just updating. Yeah, I don't really have much more to add unless you have more questions. I'm just kind of about my business. Not a businessman. I'm a businessman. So we're kicking off the 130 on the USD CAD. You guys watching that? Okay, this red line here, that's 130. 1.30000000. What do you think a bear should be doing? Well, a bear would be preparing to sell in a second. Come on, come on, come on, now touch me, baby. Can't you see that I am not afraid? Right? No, 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 I wouldn't be in a trade right now. A bear would be thinking about dumping it soon, though. Right off of that. Wouldn't that be predictable? You know, there's no way a bear's in this now. But maybe, I mean, again, if you look at it from previous price action, right? Now I'm gonna love ya till the heavens start to rain. Right? I mean, it just goes back for a while, right? Can you see it? Oh yeah, I'm going to go back to 2003. Okay? Make this a pretty color here, just for this purpose. Thistle. Let's move it to Indian red. Okay, let's tighten it up to as small as I can get this on this frame. Okay, you ready? Can you see why I'm saying it here? This area, right? In beautiful Indian red. That's a weekly chart. Let's drop into a 5-minute chart. Oh, snap. Are you kidding me? We're in a sell zone, dude. Right? Did you rub my lamp? Cool, interesting stuff, right? Let's see if I can get this even smaller than that. That's pretty small. Let's see now. Beep. Boom, 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 ba boom, boom, ba boom, ba 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 boo doo 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 doo. Right? So, like I said, if you were a bear, you'd probably be preparing to sell it. Because that was resistance in 2003. Yeah. So I don't know, just pay attention, right? Just pay attention. Maybe maybe you'd rather take the trade on CAD yen. Okay. So when I use a daily chart, what I look at is the 5 EMA. Okay. And I'll give you a little hint here. Usually after a fresh 5/8 cross, you You trade off the 8.5. You guys want to trade the GDP?
This is a Twitch channel from quarter advanced reading of GDP in just a few seconds. This is a 24-hour live broadcast test channel from the Trade the News Test Network. 2.3% is 0.2 lower than expected. Our is higher to 0.6% from minus 0.2%. GDP price index at 2.0% is 0.5 higher than expected, with the prior revised up 0.1. Core PC at 1.8% is 0.2 higher than expected. With the in line with the 270 expectation, Canadian claims 2.26 million above the 2.21 million expectation. Prior revised a little bit higher. Again, headline GDP 2.3%. It's 0.2 lower than expected, but core PC 0.2 higher than expected.
Okay, now the Fed doesn't even use GDP, so nobody cares about GDP, in my opinion. What they look at is PCE. And it was a good PCE number. Very nice. Breaking through all the support. Breaking the support. Breaking the support. Dollar index rallying nicely. USD yen, very nice. Continuing this mission. So you know what they're going to say? Good PCE, Fed's going to raise in September. Yeah, fine. I don't think so, but that's what they're going to say. So where would you sell? Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Where's my thistle, lavender, bisque, Navajo white, wheat, beige, blanched almond? Wow. Like, why would someone program all of these colors into MT form? What a dumb thing to do, huh? Well, I just got to get a color in there soon, alright? Fine. Probably already missed it because I'm playing around with colors. Where are all the Fibos? Oh, there they are. What? I missed that last time. Wait. Okay, you see the sell zone? Some money down, see what happens. I'm gonna love you till the heavens start the rain. I'm gonna love you till the stars fall from the sky. Oh, you and boom, 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 ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. Boom. Ba-da-da-da. Lauren says, weekly pivot point's going to hold. What was that rate, eh? Who thinks a weekly central pivot's going to hold? I'm not saying no, I'm asking who, right? Guess we'll find out, right? Hey, we're back below the 130 level on that USD kitty cat. How interesting is that, huh? Boom, 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 boom. Come on, now touch me, baby. Can't you see I am not afraid? Of course, now I got that silly. So let's do this. Let's go to objects. So anyways, seems like that's held. Le flétalium. Right? Remember we're talking about the bear would sell that? Yeah, come on, Bubba. There we go. right? Somebody did, right? Yeah, look at that weekly central too, huh? That's why you got to know what you want to do before you do it. Now, when the market turns that fast, do you think a lot of people had orders there? Yeah. Well, yeah, but what did they plug into the algo? Sell at central pivot point. I mean, right? Very complicated stuff. Isn't that why we use a central pivot point, right? Yeah, this is an interesting chart because we've already hit target for the week. Then what's my rule? If you hit the target for the week early in the week, what's the next part of my rule for the scenario? Yeah, it'll go back and touch the weekly central pivot. Sometimes it goes through it, sometimes it reverses. I don't know which. Almost always it finds a way back to the central pivot. Just observation. Well, generally speaking, Wyatt, that's true. But you'll find, like, look at these pivots. We started above the central, so you telling me it should go up? So, and then in my book, do I say weekly central pivot point to S2? Weekly central pivot point to R2? Is that what my book says? My book says if M3 is the top, which is right here, right, M1 is the bottom, which is right there. The book says. And I'm not going to like this color. I'm going to have to change the color. That's what I wrote. Cool, huh? Lucky again. Beep, beep, beep. Misty Rose. What does Misty Rose look like? Not that great. Yeah, I don't mind lavender, I suppose. All right. So to me, it's not the central pivot point isn't the most important. Hegler's a great trader, though, and a wonderful human being. I think he was a member. Like, I coached him for, I don't know, maybe 2 years, maybe 3, maybe 4, I don't remember, for a while. And he worked for me for, what, 5 or 6 years? So where do you get so much Pegler experience? Yeah, FX Street, yeah. Yeah, great guy, isn't he? All right, so that's kind of where we are on that. Chippity, choppy, bippity, boppity. So the USD CAD just falling off of that 30 level. Pretty neat, huh? Remember, we drew that line, what was it, 2003? Crazy, huh? Just funny stuff, isn't it? Look at that. Just redonkulous. I guess it's really 2008 what we're playing. It's not real. It's probably just, let's just call it, it's the high of 2008. And now we play that out on our 5-minute chart. How crazy, huh? The mechanism for what? It sounds like a good question. I'm just not sure what you're asking. But it feels good. It's a psychological level of 1.3000000000. That's it. That's why. That's the only thing. It's humans place some sort of importance to that level. That's why we call it a psych level. But on the brain. A computer wouldn't give two hoots whether it's 170 or 171 or 131, right? See, to a Canadian, it's 70 cents. That's it. Any other currency pairs or commodities, or is there anything else we can do? How can I help? Oh, you want to do some Beast? Okay, what do you want to do on Beast? What do you want to do on Beast? Okay, because, like earlier in the week, I put you guys on this trade that went up about 150 pips, I think it is. And now we're at the take profit zone, what I call the pivot profit zone. So I wouldn't buy it here. Doesn't mean it won't go up, but it just means if it goes up, every pip is high risk compared to the previous pips. But you could look at it as an entry level. But to me, it seems like you should be taking profit and being done for the day, right? I mean, look how easy the trades have been up until now. Let me kind of zoom in here and then back out a little bit. All right. So once it made this higher high, okay, you can see it went up, hit the pivot profit zone. What's the next thing you're supposed to do once a new higher high is made? What have I taught you to do? We're looking at sort of the middle to the left kind of area. Let me just get rid of anything we don't need here. What have I taught you guys? Like a drill instructor. Do it, do it, do it. You should be able to do this with your eyes closed. What have I taught you after price has made a higher high? What do you do? You take a look at the previous high. That old resistance should become support again. Kind of like that. So with your eyes closed, it's so unbelievably stupid easy. You buy, wait for the retracement, and then you buy it, right? And we call this a trend. Okay? Look at the roll reversal somewhere between the 3A2 and X18 Fibonacci retracement. Excellent job, Wyatt. Right? Is that kicking in yet, guys? I hope. Right? I hope. And if you're missing these things, maybe in a good way, you should get angry and like, you need to start doing it, right? Right? Double bottom. So let's go all the way back because it's not all gone. We started this last week with the double bottom higher high scenario, right? Right? We talked about that. There's the double bottom, then the high. Pull it back. Long and strong. Higher high. Roll reversal. High, right? So it's actually here. La 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 la. Right? Right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. Okay? Is it possible for us to set buy limits for? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like when we look at like that pound dollar or dollar CAD we were looking at, and I said, do you think there are orders in the market at that central pivot? There were actually people doing this, right? Boom. And they might have done it 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They're bears, right? Again, look how stupid easy this is if you're a bear. Lower low, sell the Fibonacci retracement, somewhere between the 382 and 618. And then someone says, well, right near that cycle level, there's a weekly central, so why don't we just make that our sell zone? Why don't we sell somewhere between the psychological level and the weekly central? And there was, not just one guy, right? There was thousands of orders sitting there like this, right? Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of traders with orders sitting there. And it goes up, 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 bam, wham, 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 wham. And what did they do? What was the genius behind all of this? This is a 618 Fibonacci after a lower low. So to a bear, it's just like stupid easy. Oops. Right? It doesn't mean they're going to be right. It just means they had a plan. But this is the message I keep driving home. An amateur trader that loses money is because they're walking in and they're looking around and they're watching what's happening. They're like, oh, look at the giant green candle. I think way up high at resistance. But what actually happens? I mean, this is a great example. What happened? The news came out, there's a giant green candle, and then the market immediately collapsed. Why? Because 2 or 3 days ago, or maybe 4 or 5 hours ago, or whatever, the professionals put limit orders and said, yeah, if it goes up here, I'm going to dump it. Right? Do you think the hedge fund manager was sitting around saying, oh, well, I guess it's going to go up because I see a big green candle on the news? No, all it did was trigger a whole bunch of orders, and then the entire market reversed. So how are they playing it? How are the professionals playing it, right? So who should you be emulating, right? Now, why do you think the market reversed at the green pivot profit zone? Do you think the market possibly could have had a ton of orders sitting around the M4? Like there's thousands and thousands of successful professional traders with billions of dollars worth of trades sitting there going long. So the market was like this. Right? They're either going to buy low or sell. Well, holy smokes. Okay. Well, Lawrence says bears looking to get out. That's part of it, but it's also potentially bulls wanting to get in. It's both. Like if you were going to buy this because you were certain based on your long-term technical and fundamental analysis, you were certain this was going to go back up. Where would you buy it this week? Well, the reversal pit seemed like a pretty reasonable place to start, right? Why do I choose to make it green? Because I think that's where it's going to go up. So again, let's dumb it all down. I don't like following rules like Wyatt was saying, oh, well, if it's below the central pivot, I don't buy any of that really. I mean, yes, most of the time that's true. Maybe not because of that rule, but you will observe that. But what is truly happening? Bulls are buying low, bears are selling high. Everything else is irrelevant. You can fold all that in as finesse, right? But the raw bare fist, of the fighting is just a bull's going to buy low, a bear's going to sell high, and it's only a matter of how low or how high they're going to buy it. So some algorithms are nice, pivot points are great, that's fine. So that if I was a bull, I'd throw an order down there because I think other bulls would have orders there. Or, like Larry said, that would be at least a profit zone for the bears. So if they offset the shorts, the brokers are going to put in long, so you might as well front run. And what I call that is stop hunting. Okay, I call that stop hunting. I try to force them out of that trade because I know they're thinking about it, right? I know they're thinking about it. Whoever's short the market, and the market is short here, right? Giant drop, giant drop, giant drop. And I anticipate somebody's going to want to get out. So I know it's a reasonable place to get long if they're short and they want to offset. But I also know that some people are not certain yet. They're thinking, oh, this could go down to S2. So they're going to wait a little bit and see if they get lucky. But they're sweating bullets, aren't they? Finger on the trigger, ready to take profit. So I think it's my job as a speculator now to help them make that decision. I'm going to freak them out. I'm going to force them out. They're going to jam their stop loss and I'm going to knock it out, or they're just going to hit take profit. They're like, oh, good enough, and whatever. They're late to the game. They're vulnerable. I'm going to take advantage of it. That's also really good at the end of the day. I love stop hunting at the London close. Think about all these professional traders and even amateur traders. At 4:30, 4:45, in London, sometimes it's earlier in the summer, right? Like maybe around 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a nice summer day in London. Everyone's itching to get out of the office and go to the pub early. So isn't it nice to help them by giving them what they want? And that's a reason to leave. Knock them out of those trades. They're going to be quick to get out. Take their losses, and then they're going to say, yeah, I don't want to do another trade, and stare at it. Stare at this trade for another 4 hours. I'm just going to go to the pub. Boom. Knock them out. Stop, hunt their stops. Where are they going to be worried? And then be there waiting. Right? So anyways, I've gone on too long, guys. I'm sorry. But thank you for being on my team. Thank you for being here every day. I appreciate it. Like you and your efforts that you're putting in. So I will see you tomorrow at fxstreet.com. Cool. So peace on earth. May the pip be with you. May your profits be above average. Cheers.